Well, all right, here we go. It's the one and only, the real homie. If you really know me, you really know me too. Y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? It's the Friday Night Vibe. I'm T.K.A.S.H. All new content, all new episodes coming back to back. As soon as I can get them out there, you know. But the point is, we are officially back, man. And I just want to thank everybody for your patience. Definitely not as soon as we want it to be, given last year's attempt, but you know, if at first you don't succeed. So we're back again, and we want to start off by saying this time around is going to be really focused on curation. What is curation? Big word. A lot of people use it kind of out of context, but whatever. It means that we're preserving something. We're making sure that it doesn't corrupt or get corrupted. And the main element of that coming out the gate that I want to make sure that I'm preserving against corruption, me. That's right. So this first episode or episodes, the segments that come after this, it's all about me, my narrative, my story. Some people are gonna put two and two together and say, oh, okay, now I get it. But then some people are gonna be like, no, okay, I didn't understand. I didn't know that. Dang. So I think it's gonna be pretty dope. Anyway, let's just get straight into it because you know, time is of the essence. Today I'm gonna start with becoming T.K.A.S.H. You know what I'm saying? How did I become T.K.A.S.H? And what did that consist of, man? You know, the narrative is fluid, man. It's not one dimensional. It's not static. There's a lot of different elements, a lot of different moving parts. You know what I'm saying? So let's get straight to it. Fall of 1994, spring of 1995, I was a junior at Oakland Technical High School. Shout out Oakland Tech, Bulldogs, Dog House. I'm still the king of that school, man, just in case somebody forgot. And I know y'all did. You know what I'm saying? Oakland Tech, 1994, 1995. This is before The Roof is on Fire. Very, very important note. Before The Roof is on Fire, that documentary, I was sitting in my art class. It was the last period of the day. Mr. Chan's art class. I was in 11th grade. My homeboy Trav was there. Trav from North Oakland. Y'all know Trav. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, 43rd Street, Trav. We was both in that class. And Mr. Chan's class, Oakland Police, I never forget this, man. The Oakland Police Department pulled me out of the class. They yanked me out of the class. And it was a cop named Boys in the Hood. He was like one of the main cops up there at the time. Black ass motherfucker, boy. He was hella dark skinned, and that's not like a racial slur, but he was like hella dark. So I used to be like, God damn, this black ass motherfucker, man. Yanked me out of class, went through all my shit. It was like, man, we got a report of somebody that fits your description with a gun, and you've been robbing people. I was like, shit, yeah, man, you ain't got that. Nope. You got the wrong description, the wrong person. I didn't say it like that. I was hella scared, you know what I mean? I was hella nervous. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have it. I was trying to be all polite and shit because I was scared I was going to go to jail, you know what I mean? So he pulled me out of that class. He went through all my stuff. He said that people were saying that I was robbing people in gym class in the boys' locker room, which was a lie. And then he asked me, was I part of a gang? I was like, nah, no, I'm not part of a gang. And if you know, man, in the 90s, as in, you know, relationship to whatever might be going on now in Oakland, I'm not in the streets like that. In the 90s, there were no gangs, no, you know, Crips or Bloods or gangs or nothing like that. No disrespect to the Crips and the Bloods. But no, I'm not in the gang, officer, sir. Boys in the Hood, you know what I'm saying? And he said, okay, well, where do you stay? Now, this is a little bit squeaky because, you know, I always consider myself to be from North Oakland, just given, you know, growing up my early years and then being around there all the time. You know, even as a teenager, I was at Big Vern Studio making music. But at the time, I was living with my mom in Funktown on East 18th Street between 11th and 12th. And so I told him that. I was like, you know, I stay around there. And he was like, man, there's a lot of gangs around there. You know, are you a part of that? So I'm thinking in my head, Motherfucker, if I just told you I wasn't in a gang, why the fuck I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but don't excuse my language, y'all. This is me. I told the guy in pleasant words, like, yo, man, if I were a part of a gang, I would have told you I was part of a fucking gang. You know what I mean? So why would I tell you no and then tell you yeah? Why would I tell you yeah, really? But I told him no because that was the truth. I wasn't part of a gang, but he was adamant, man. It was me. And I was like, no, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're talking about. So, of course, it wasn't me. They knew that. They didn't have anything on me. So I was free to go. I got released and sent back to class. Now, after that, I think I was telling Trav or somebody. God damn, it's a yelping ass dog over here, man. Just anyway. I got back to class and I told Trav, I was like, man, I fucking pulled me out of class, all this stuff, everything. And I was like, man, they might take you too, bro. I don't know if he got pulled. I think Trav got pulled out too. But anyway, if you see him on the street, you tell him, show him this. Like, did you get pulled out? I don't know. But here's where that incident is pivotal and vital to me as it relates to becoming the artist, the person that history allowed my creator, the creator I believe in, allowed me to be, which is K.A.S.H. You know what I'm saying? This is where, like, the pivot right here, the embryonic step, episode 1. You ready? Here we go. So I believe it was because of that my name went into some sort of pool or group of being an at-risk youth. And it was because of that status of at-risk youth, I was selected to be a part of a very great organization, man. It was called the East Bay Omega Boys Club. And they had after-school program hours at Oakland Tech, and I was a part of it for 1994 and 1995. And this was before The Roof is on Fire, that documentary with Suzanne Lacey and everybody else, man. I mean, that was another episode 1 experience, but we'll get there. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is I believe that it was all of that, whatever that cop did, whatever he was talking about, and whatever reason my name popped up for that, I believe it popped up for being selected for East Bay Omega Boys Club. All right. So it was 4 outlets of that club and one person in particular at the time that I want to thank officially for just taking me under his wing and lacing me up. It was 4 people as well, but the first one I want to thank, K.A.S.H from Berkeley, California, from B-Town, man. Thank you, man. That dude right there, man, if he didn't do what he did for me at the time, I don't even think I'd be alive. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so obsessed with hanging out and being part of the madness, the bullshit. Who knows what might have happened if I didn't have him and East Bay Omega Boys Club and everything he exposed me to as a safeguard. And what was that safeguard, you say? Well, it was 4 outlets. It was, believe it or not, Alameda County Boys Ranch, the juvenile hall, Boys Ranch. But it wasn't called Camp Sweeney. It was called Los Cerros Juvenile Boys Ranch at the time. And we would go up there every other Wednesday. And then the alternate Wednesdays, the boys would come down to our meetup spot in West Oakland to have these like Wednesday night. It was like therapy. It was like men's meetings. You know what I'm saying? And that really resonated with me. There were 3 other outlets that we participated in, and these 3 are even closer to that pivot of becoming K.A.S.H because these exposed me directly to Bay Area rap and Bay Area rap artists like never before. Okay, so if you go back in time to some of those other segments I posted in 2024, you'll know that there were some artists that I looked up to and idolized and like, yeah, man, this shit is dope, man. But by this time, I was, 16, about to be 17. And it was like, I was in a different headspace, man. So I probably didn't idolize everybody as much. But K.A.S.H started to take me to, believe it or not, UC Berkeley Sunday mornings for the Sunday morning show with the Sunday morning crew. And that Sunday morning crew consisted of Davey D, another dude named O-Dub, Another dude named Yaya, DJ Soup Rock. I think he changed his name to DJ Juice at this point. Shout out Juice or Soup Rock. That was my homie. And then, if Soup Rock, if you watching this, you listen, you're like, yo, is this the same T-Cat? I used to be hella big, remember, bro? So I lost hella weight. Anyway, Siddiqui and Tamu. Now, this is how it used to happen. He used to take me to the show, and I would just soak up the game, and I would carry records for everybody, and he would let me hang out in the sound booth, in the sound room, while artists were being interviewed. You know what I mean? And that was like one of the best things I ever experienced at the time, because I was a kid. And in the 90s, hip-hop was on fire, man. It was the thing to participate in at all times. And every Sunday, I was able to meet all these artists. They would come to the station and tell their story, and it humanized them. And a lot of what they were saying humanized, I can relate to that. So it was a very healing experience, believe it or not. So we would do that every Sunday, and it got to the point where he would sub for different, he would substitute DJ. Kasimu would substitute DJ for different slots, and I would be a co-host with him. So I would carry his records, and I'd meet all these Bay Area artists, too many to name. You all know who you are. One that stands out, man, he was probably one of the first ones. Two of them, one of the first two, was my boy Crushadelic, rest in peace Crush, and Julie D from Underground Rebellion. I remember when they first, they released Knock on Me. They had a single called Knock on Me from Underground Rebellion from West Oakland. I remember them. I remember a lot of different people, but the point being that Juvenile Hall. There was another outlet he took me to. It was called The Pros. It was a DJ's pool where DJs went to collect different records that they would use to DJ. Okay, Stankin' Ass True Justice, DJ Melatonin Ass, DJ Kwame, you know what I'm saying? That's my homie. They're both my homies. I'm just joking. They know about The Pros. Go ask them. They know about The Pros. But anyway, Kasimu used to take me with him to The Pros because he used to do street promotion. So he would get all of this promotional vinyl and stickers, and sometimes we get like shirts and like cassette tapes. And then he would take me with him to different events. And I remember I would just follow him around, and I would give out the promo items to different people. And if somebody gave one to me, I was supposed to say, good looking. That was the big shit, man. I remember that. I was hella juiced. I was like, okay, good looking, good looking. I didn't know what that shit mean, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm not afraid to follow the leader, you know, and at the time that was the leader. He was the lead. So I did what he did. And it was the best experience ever, man. And so anyway, that 3 out of 4, we're getting closer, but this one night I remember sealed the deal of like, I want to participate in this, and I don't care what I got to do to stick with it. We went to a place called Your Mama's Cafe. It was where, I think it's some wash house or laundromat is. It's in Oakland, right on the other side of where Wendy's is on Broadway, where Broadway turns into College and then turns into Broadway Terrace, right? 1994, 1995, it was an event going on at night, and he gave me some stuff to hand out to folks to like help with basically being another person doing promo for the artists for the artists that we picked up materials from The Pros. I got to keep some of that stuff, and I went home, and I had vinyl, I had posters, I had a cassette tape with all these different artists on Def Jam at the time coming out, Redman, Method Man, J.O. Felony, all type of different, man, it was one of the best experiences I ever had, and I'll never forget that. From that point on, I wanted to stay committed to staying out of trouble so I can participate in this program the whole way through. Last but not least, and then we will stop here for right now on that episode journey to becoming T.K.A.S.H. I wasn't T.K.A.S.H. yet, but East Bay Omega Boys Club, thank you so much, Kasimu Itep, Afriye Kwamina, Reggie, Glenn, Tony Harrison, Joseph Robinson. Those, was that 5, 6 black men right there? single-handedly saved my life, man, collectively, man. Some of them were not black, and they were not in East Bay Omega Boys Club. We will talk about those people probably next episode, because I was a part of the Roof is on Fire, that documentary, and it did do well. But that's it for right now, man. Becoming T.K.A.S.H is a multi-layered, multifaceted step story. We will get to it later on, y'all. Peace.